A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kern High Network live exclusive coverage of high school activities in the Kern High School District. It's Friday night, and tonight's activity, athletics, specific athletics, varsity football. Location, the legendary, iconic South High School, where the Spartans welcome in the other iconic North High Stars. It is old school football with two very, very young commentators and an even younger producer, director. I'm Vance Palm, joined as always by my partner, Kenny Calvin, Kevin Willie. Kevin's a West High Viking. I'm an Arvin Bear. Kenny's a BHS driller. But we all know about this North-South rivalry. Tonight, the Battle of the Legends is what it is called, between the Stars and the Spartans. And South High School has never looked so splendid. The retro upgrade to this beautiful campus. Oh, my goodness. What a game. We'll talk about last night's game when we get a chance, but tonight it's all about this one. Tomorrow night we'll have a full moon. Tonight we're on the precipice of one, and to be on this campus looking so beautiful just really gets the blood pumping. I was down on the field, so was Kenny, talking to these coaches, talking to these players, taking pictures, and we are fired up. North at South. And how about this right here? And that's something we were going to talk about. The referee, the linesman, Les's final game as a referee, 40 years, and they congratulated him. We'll talk about that a little more. Let's bring in my partner, Kenny Calvin. Kenny, there are a lot of rivalries here in town. You played in a lot of them. I played in a lot of them. But the North-South rivalry goes way, way back. A lot of tradition here. In this era, it's called the Battle of the Legends. And you talk about two legendary schools, the visiting North High Stars, the host, the South High Spartans. Unbelievable facilities now. Your thoughts right before kickoff?
I have people who are dear to my heart from both institutions. This is a beautiful place. They did an amazing job with this reconstruction of the stadium. I know it's having a lot of the former South High alumni proud. That's a beautiful S on the north side of the stadium. But I'm excited to see some amazing football. A lot of historic names between these battles, too. We'll get to some of that as we roll on.
North High School will have the football first. I was talking to head coach Richie Bolin of the Stars, and he kind of grinned when he saw me, just by the nature of how things have worked with Thursday and Friday night games this season. This is my fourth North High School game to call this season. Very, very rare to have that many games for one team. So I've seen these North High Stars. Get ready, everybody. Great play fake, great RPO, and on the keeper, it is Wyatt Hayner.
And Hayner's had a pretty good year coming in as the second guy, because Dylan Cole had a lot, or Dylan Kyle as the quarterback. I actually was talking about Carson Bennett.
Got it.
Who I wanted to refer to, had a lot of the snaps early. But this is Hayner's team now.
You're so right about that. That was a handoff that wasn't very smooth, but, boy, he sure did a lot with it. That's a great, great run out there by Carson Bennett, who you just mentioned. And there are some key players who have interchangeable first and last name.
Right.
Dylan Kyle has been called Kyle Dillon about 1,000 times.
Right.
Carson Bennett has been called Bennett Carson about 1,000 times. We'll try to get it right.
And I've covered the Stars twice this year, too,
right.
So I should have it down
right.
packed by now.
I'm just trying to make sure I call them the Spartans on every single play. That in itself is difficult. And there is Dylan Kyle with his first touch tonight. Exciting runner, Kenny. He's somebody special.
Oh, yeah, he's been one of my favorite running backs to watch over the last few seasons. I had a chance to see them play Ridgeview, and he had a fantastic night, but it's one of the things that I come to expect out of him, and I hope he puts on some Renegade red in the future.
Listen to that. Right out of the gate. Mr. Renegade on the air. 2nd and 1. Met hard at the line of scrimmage. But we also have a lot to talk about with this South High Spartan team. Some big kids down there, some young ones.
Absolutely, some very talented ones, too.
Only 9 seniors on this Rebel roster. Oh, there's my first dollar in the kitty. There's my first dollar in the kitty. Kevin's smiling already. For us middle-agers that grew up playing against South High, it's still a challenge to get that mascot name right. We'll make sure we do. Hayner rolls to the right, throws across the middle, and it's bobbled but then caught. What a nice grab. And Steven Martinez, with some serious focus, pulled it down.
And that's not the traditional footwork you want out of your quarterback, as Hayner kind of skipped it. But that's that new style. He's been watching a little bit too much Patrick Mahomes. Keep both feet on the ground, but he got it there. And that was a nice catch off the bobble.
And he would probably say, well, Kenny, yeah, I'm watching Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
And?
Oh, I hate the Chiefs.
First and 10, North. In motion goes Stillion. They snap it directly to big number 8. He's a big old guy, by the way. We talk about Carson Bennett, the quarterback, running back, DB. We called so many of their games this year that for us it's completely normal to see him in the Wildcat.
Absolutely. I mean, he's such a versatile player that he can do everything to help his team. And he said, hey, if I got to pass quarterback to somebody else to help the team by playing running back, so be it. 2nd and 9.
He went out of bounds. Clock stopped. Hayner stands on the Spartans' 45-yard line. Oh, it's going to be a pitch pass. They floated up high. He's got a man wide open, and he catches it. Will he go in? He does. Touchdown, North. Micah Lencioni.
Wow, that was an amazing design on the pitch pass. But that ball hung in the air for a long time, almost gave the DB an opportunity to get to it. Great job, and that was one of the things I was going to say, VP, is seeing North play so many times, their offense is one of the most dynamic in the city.
I talked to Coach about that before the game when I was down kind of taking pictures of him, and it's funny because I went in with my camera, as a quasi-surrogate proxy photographer for the Kern High Network when I'm down there, kind of prying, get it in there. And he was in the middle of a speech, and he stopped because he saw me. I said, there's no audio. So he kept on going and kept on going. But I said, Coach Bowler, how you doing? He goes, I'm doing great, man. It's good to see you. And I said, how you feeling? He goes, we're feeling good. We think we're looking good, and we're excited about tonight. One thing I did hear him tell his North High Stars in that huddle in the end zone was, fellas, you will remember this game the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is a traditional rivalry for the city. I talked about how strange it was for me to see the crowd wasn't full early because you used to couldn't get in this place for a North High, South High game. It's definitely a beautiful crowd now as you got a lot of the senior parents that came back to the stands, but reflecting back to the 90s when you had guys like Clayton T-Con Madden playing in a South High jersey, you could not get a seat in this place.
I played some basketball games in that old gym. Coach Washington and Winston Crite, we were all watching Winston's ankles go by us. Brian Williams.
Man, those were like all the names that you're saying, and even reminiscing on watching you play on the news, right, as a kid. Those are the names that made you go out into the front yard right after that clip went off and try to shoot those baskets, man. Some legendary South High Rebels on the hoop court.
You mean Spartans? That's $1, buddy.
Oh.
Kevin's going to get rich. Onside kick. Oh, wow, and it's handled by the big fella up front. How was that? That was nice. So it goes right into the hands. How about that?
We've done so good the past year.
And now here we go.
With the exception of that first volleyball game that we did after they made the change. And
Kevin,
here you guys got
3 minutes in.
Right.
For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, I'm going to just go ahead and embrace the elephant in the room one time. forever and ever and ever was the South High Rebels, and they made a change, appropriately so, and it still takes some old-timers to get that right. Hard count, and it's a good one. They do a nice job with it, and they get the Stars to jump, I think anyway, that they do.
Yeah, and that's a great job being creative with the snap count. You know, when you haven't been very successful offensively all year, you have to try some new things and some nuances to get some extra advantages. And that's a great job on the snap count, earning that 5 yards. Be 1st and 5. Twins left for the Spartans.
Some nice activity there. What a beautiful run right there. And a nice first down there by De La Cruz.
Yeah, it's a great job by that offensive line getting to the second level.
Hand off to number 8, Samuel De La Cruz. Tackled by number 53.
De La Cruz has had a pretty solid year himself.
Coach Mills and his Spartans. Carey's got him at 4-5, 1-1. And Kenny, they're on a 3-game win streak. They're coming in hot.
I mean, hey, when you got guys like De La Cruz averaging 7 yards a carry.
How about this young man right there? That's James Webster. Webster, another senior. I looked down this roster, and I told you there's only 9 seniors on this roster.
Lil Webb, man, his dad went to BHS together and grew up on T Street.
Right, 9 sophomores, Kenny.
I mean, that's one thing about South High, too. They keep some super sophomores. I remember back in the 90s, they had guys like Wenzel Lynn coming in as a sophomore, leading the league in receiving yards. These guys keep a super sophomore. Ty Thatch was a super sophomore before he ended up being the senior leader for South High Lower.
Great point. Samuel Organista is the young man that handled the hot onside kick. And now Webster's going to cut right back up. Huge gain, and he's still on his feet. Oh, and they bring him down to the 20-yard line. How about that run from James Webster?
Great job getting his foot in the dirt and getting north and south. A lot of guys want to get east and west and keep running towards the sideline, hoping they can outrun guys. He puts his foot in the ground and gets another 12 yards after that cut. But that offensive line is putting in some work right now, VP. I'm liking it.
North comes in 3-6 overall, 2-1. And we'll talk about both these teams and their schedules and what's happened this year. But, you know, if you're looking at North, a couple of tough losses early in the season, and they have not lost their presence, their charisma. But how about this run? Touchdown, South High School.
We talked about how well the offensive line has done in this first drive. They got everything they wanted.
Wow. Samuel De La Cruz. I don't know that he was touched.
He wasn't. I mean, and they go off that right side, basically a 28 power. Just a great job by that tight end and left tackle. Reach blocking. But that speed, he kicked it into gear. Touchdown Spartans.
He cuts up. And the PAT is up, and it's good. We've got a 7-7 ball game here in the first quarter. If you're just getting with us, I'm Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin to my left, Kevin Willie, our director, producer, to the right. We're tied at 7. We're at South High School where the Spartans welcoming in the North High Stars, a long, many-decade rivalry. It's been rebranded as the Battle of the Legends, and you talk about a legend sitting right over there, Coach Don Ward, and his name absolutely synonymous with South High football. If you think of Arvin and Chuck Chamberlain, Foothill, Ned Permenter, go down the list, and when South High comes to mind, Don Ward is your guy, and he sits back, appropriately so, where nobody can see him, sits in the back down there. Coach Permenter, he sits down on the 30-yard line right there and holds court in his lawn chair.
In his lawn chair. Like royalty.
Coach Ward just kind of kicks it back there, and you talk about one of the class acts of Kern County sports. He likes what he sees. He likes that power right, didn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a great job methodically driving the ball down the field, right side, left side, through the A-gap. They hit every area, and that was just an amazing job by the sophomore, Samuel De La Cruz.
Another super soft.
Man, I mean, he was lightning fast getting around that edge. It was great blocking, but he just did a fantastic job. Oh, and that's touched. Oh, and we got a squibber.
He's going to have to pick it up, but he does at the 1 yard line. Can he make anybody miss? Not enough, and he's hit hard at the 9 yard line. He did put a move on one of the Spartans, and
and it looked like he shook him out his ACL. I'm hoping he's okay. His pride might be hurt. I don't think he's really as hurt as he's leading on. When you get juked like that, you stay down a little extra long. We're just kidding. We're just kidding. He does have a knee brace on already. So you hope that it's not a previous injury.
Last night, Kenny, we called one of the great ones.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
2 weeks ago, we called the game of the year, or a week ago tonight, last Friday night, game of the year, Liberty and Frontier. Last night was close to it, Frontier hosting Centennial, and it got down to the last play of the game almost, and good to see their superstar hop back up. Just scores a big touchdown, then he goes down, tries to make a tackle at the 1 yard line, and great to see that Sam De La Cruz is up and he's feeling okay. They offered him water. He goes, "No, I'm good." Good to see that.
He's like, "I want to stay on offense the rest of the game, Coach."
No more special teams for me. That guy made a great move, Coach.
No, but like you said, last night was phenomenal. Woo. It started with the JV game. They came back from down 11 with 2 minutes left and won on a Hail Mary.
Scored twice. One got called back. That set the stage for a big night. Here we go. Second drive for the Stars. And they hand it off to their star, literally and figuratively and metaphorically and mascotly, Dylan Kyle.
I mean, he's such an elusive running back. We talked comparisons last night. You gave the young man Tablet a great one in McCaffrey.
Well, he's strong, fast, can run horizontally, vertically.
That was a great comparison.
I told you I was going to hang on to it for a couple of minutes because I knew you and Julian were searching the recesses of your mind for a great comparison. So let me just hold on to this for 1 second. How about this? Nice job picking up 6 yards on the play. That'll make it a 3rd and 1. And that is Bennett.
I mean, you get 6-yard runs on the first play because you got guys like Dylan Epps blocking 15 yards down the field to the 3rd level. He was blocking the free safety.
Seen that all year long with the Stars. But
love seeing it.
There's some big Spartans on that D-line, and there's 4 of them down in the stance. They bring 6, but Bennett able to get through, and you see the coaching staff and the players from North High, and they're clapping their hands. They knew they had at least 6 Spartans coming at him, and he goes right on that left side in that big seam and gets the first.
Yeah, and that's the thing about blitzing. A lot of times teams blitz hoping that it's a pass, but if you get caught in that blitz package when it's a rush, you're opening up those lanes. Great job by Bennett seeing that.
Don't do a lot of throwing, as you said, Kenny. Wyatt Hayner now in the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 receivers to the right side. He's going to keep it, and look at this big gap. Oh, he slips, lost his footing.
I actually think he went down by design, which is, pretty impressive for young QBs at this level to be conscious that you need to protect yourself, and it's early in the game. You got 8 yards.
Under 5 to go in this first quarter. There's only been 1 pass, and it was a pitch pass.
Oh, double reverse.
How about this? Double reverse. Bennett doesn't get a whole lot, though. Great job by the Spartan defense. They held him to maybe a yard. Nice job.
Oh, yeah, because they faked the power left, and they handed on the end around to that wing, but that's that H-back that's coming back underneath. That was a well-designed play, but great defense.
That makes it third down.
3rd and 1.
The Spartan defense.
Hinner looking over to the sidelines. His head coach, Richie Bolin, and their staff.
Twins left.
Top of your screen, like Kenny just mentioned. Spartans look like they're bringing a lot. Can they catch up with this speedy young man? And they do. Oh, wow. Dylan Kyle. A rare tackle from behind. And, of course, it's Samuel Organista. He's taken a hot onside kick and made a couple of big tackles. Wow.
Shoot, they don't put that C on your chest for nothing. I mean, he's one of our team captains. He's been balling through the first quarter.
How about this sophomore, Davion Jenkins?
Wow.
Big number 75 right here in front of us.
Yeah, he's the biggest one on the field.
And then Albert Nellum next to him, and they're going to take off Jenkins for this play because, of course, they show punt. Nice job by the big fella Davion. I was down there taking pictures next to him. That's a big young guy.
Oh, yeah, I can see him from here.
4th and 1. Maybe they go for a hard count. They've got the yards to play with it. Nope. They punt it. Oh, and it's hammered. And it might be returnable. And it is. He takes it. What a risk.
Oh.
But he makes a nice move. Can he get free? He cannot. Flag on the play up here. And I think it may be. I don't know.
Yeah, I missed it. Maybe a legal blindside block.
I think he took a shot, man. He took a shot. That's Michael Hannigan that's down. And he might have been blindsided, Kenny.
Yeah, like the way he's riling in pain. And we saw a couple big hits last night that had some guys woozy walking off in special teams. Remember those?
Well, one of the gentlemen last night, Mr. Young Kip, was hit pretty hard, and he tried to get up, and they had to hold on to him. And there's no getting around this sport. It's a tough one. It's a violent one.
Oh, yeah.
At this level and up. But hopefully he's okay. But the flag came out right in the middle of no man's land, which makes us think that it was unnecessary roughness. And the big guy is up. And when I say big, he's big.
Yeah, he's tough to get up after that. I reminisced on a few of my blindside blocks because back when we were playing, it was legal and it was a bad game if you didn't get one on special teams.
Understood. Well, Kenneth, I can tell you this penalty is against the Spartans. So, first of all, the return man takes a risk, takes it at about the 5, turns around and actually breaks the tackle, and it looked pretty good for a minute. But then, not only is he knocked out of bounds, a flag out in the open field.
And let's see if they come back out with the same mentality that they had last drive. Run right, run left. Not a whole lot of throwing through the air, and you're definitely not going to put the ball in the air back here on your own end inside the 10. 1st and 10 Spartans.
All right. Again, another sophomore is the quarterback, Josh Encinas. They give it to Webster. Webster looking to get outside. Now he cuts up. Oh! Webster tackled at the 15-yard line. Nice tackle there by Jet Skiles, or Webster was gone.
Yeah, and Webster has that long stride to where if you let him get out in open field, I don't know if you're going to have the legs to catch him. But that's just a great tackle on the outside by the defensive back, 2nd and short.
So, again, we talk about all these super sophomores for South. Josh Encinas, the quarterback, is also a sophomore. And I was down there taking pictures of some of their offensive sets, and they were running some plays, and he made a mistake and went over at Coach Mills. That's my bad, Coach. I know better. So that's great to hear. 2nd and 2. Webster reverses course, cuts back up, little juke, little move, stays up, and gets knocked down after a great first down run about the 30-yard line. So we may see some heavy dose of J-Dub tonight.
Absolutely. That's just amazing vision to break back right. Because had he kept going with the flow of the play. It was slowly developing, so the defense was already ahead of them. He used that vision and broke back right. First down, Spartans.
Jarrell Hazley comes in. Is it Hazley or Hasley? Comes in, jersey number 2. He's way out here. Bottom of your screen, bottom right of your screen. And they go to him. Oh, it's too low.
And now we're seeing why they may not pass that often. One-step rocket screen, and that's a long throw from the right hash to get outside to the numbers. That's about a 40-yard throw. You know, but VP, isn't this field beautiful?
The whole thing.
The grounds crew, how they – the breast cancer awareness, this is beautiful.
We're gonna thank and recognize South High School here in the second quarter, as we do all of our schools that host us, and we're very fortunate. This is our final regular season game of 2023. I can't even believe that.
All right.
Webster up the middle. Webster looking to get outside, and he gets taken down at the 43-yard line. Well, this crowd here just loving it. When he touches the ball, they're like, oh, here we go, here we go.
I mean, hey, you made some comparisons the other night. I'm going to go ahead and say Webster in that stride is looking a little Eric Dickerson-esque.
You took it from me. You got me.
Oh,
He
man.
looks like he runs with his shoulders up and his head high.
Yeah, shoulders up, head high with the high knees. Smooth.
And he's not in a hurry.
Yeah.
He's not running into trouble.
Very nice.
Under a minute. Encinas rolls, throws across his body. Look out. And it was almost the grab of the night. Antoine Jones. Oh, AJ.
Oh, nice effort by Jones. We saw that same catch last night by Jackson Santiago. They came up short, being the Golden Hawks. Just a couple inches short. That was a nice pass by the young quarterback.
Sure was. And because it was incomplete, clock stops, and they'll get another chance here in the first quarter. 39 seconds remaining.
Trips open set for the Spartans. Stars in a man coverage look.
Hard count, flags fly. No, they don't.
Wow.
So Webster gets brought down. What a nice tackle there by who else? Michael Stillion. Oh, the flag comes out late?
Well, they got a horse collar on the back end, so the Spartans are going to catch a break. And Coach Mills was about to go in on the Zebras for missing that offsides penalty.
That I thought for sure. I didn't know if it was a clean horse collar, if that's how you want to use the phrase. A good one or a bad one. I don't know.
Well, it definitely looked a little rough. You know, but you got to applaud the North High Stars for trying to stay active, how they're getting taken advantage of on the run. They're still trying to fly around sideline to sideline.
Personal foul, horse collar, and it's going to be on North High School. It remains second down, and with that, they move into North High School territory.
Completed to number 11, James Webster, for a loss, but a flag on the play will make it second down.
And that ball is right below us. We are standing on the 49-yard line. I am. Kenny's on the 48. The ball right below us. How about this for optics? This is so nice right here. Old school rivalry.
Absolutely.
Another hard count. And how about this? A strong run to the right side. Antoine Jones again.
I mean, for this to be my first time seeing South all year, I'm impressed with their offense and their balance. It's not one guy doing everything.
That'll do it for the first quarter. It's 7-7, and they're going to switch sides and stay right below us. We'll take a short break and come back on the Kern High Network. We're at South High School. Back after this.
And now we'll bring it into the first quarter of play. Score after one quarter.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead, to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
Brian Williams and Win.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin, Kevin Willie. We want to thank South High School for bringing us out here tonight. Kern High School District Superintendents, all of our sponsors, especially Valley Strong Credit Union, the administration, Brian Mendenborough, the principal, the AP of Instructions, Josh Porter, the AP of Administration, Tori Nettleton. How about this, gentleman? Athletics Director, our good friend Dante Borodori.
Dante.
Activities Director Cecilia Pulido, and a special thank you to Stan Green. More on that in a second. They go to the air, and Encinas overthrows his intended receiver. Stan Green is the Director of School Support Services for the Kern High School District. Dear friend of mine and Kenny's, and when we started this whole thing, and I was fortunate enough, he called me up, and Kevin Willie was the first guy to be involved in all this with us. Stan coached all these Spartans: Wendell Lynn, Rodney Wright, Hen Thatch, Craig Thresher, Aaron Graham, Bryce McGill, the 1995 Valley Champ runner-ups, lost to Clovis West in the final. So Stan Green has a lot of history with this South High Spartan squad.
Absolutely. And because he was so good, Wenzel Lynn. A little typo. That's all right.
Oh, Wenzel Lynn.
Yeah. Wenzel was one of the most outstanding slot receivers I ever seen.
Wenzel Lynn. Stan, great to have you watching tonight. Last night, he forgot his coat.
we were laughing at you up top, big bro, because I actually forgot my coat the first broadcast of my career.
Oh, man, if I have a chance to tell that story. All right, 3rd and 8, a long third down here for the Spartans. In motion, Jones. They fake it to Jones, flags everywhere. And false start on the Spartans.
Yeah, just a little discombobulation on that motion. It's one of the things that happens as you change quarters and you get midway through the game. Got to get that rhythm again. South High had a lot of nice rhythm in the first quarter. Ended the first quarter with some nice rhythm as well.
Senior night, marching band and color guard, the cheerleaders, football players, everybody involved in senior night. And I think they're going to turn this into a timeout. They do. We'll stay here. Hard to believe this is the last regular season game of the season. I mean, it is flown by. I put that up on Facebook this afternoon about our final regular season game, and a couple of cameramen that I worked with over the years and some of my old-time media guys said, well, it just started. And it feels like it. It absolutely feels like it just started, but we have swam through this 2023 season. Some great, great highlights. And I think, probably the arc of it all was last Friday night. That Frontier Liberty game was something else. It lived up to the hype. Last night, as you mentioned, was a great one. You've got Frontier on the threshold of possibly losing to Centennial after they beat the Patriots the week before, kind of the air out of the balloon syndrome. And man, oh man, they end up connecting. Statler connects with Kobe Watson, and he goes in at the end of the game. I mean, that was
Beautiful
a great one.
pass.
We've called a lot of really, really nice football games this year, and it's been a real blast. I can't believe it's already playoff time next week, and more on that as the evening unfolds on the reality and the possibilities of us calling some playoff football. Here we go, 3rd and 13 after the penalty. He goes up high, tosses it in. It's through the hands of James Webster. Granted, there were 3 North High stars all over him. Tough catch, but he's talented enough, and he even clapped his hands like, doggone it, I had it.
Yeah, he definitely almost had it. That was a situation where Cisneros was predetermined where he was going with that ball because he threw that right into triple coverage. And he patted the ball. You always tell the quarterback, don't pat the ball, showing people where you're going. He patted the ball. He still got away with it and almost got the grab.
The great lefty Steve Young always patted the ball, and Montana would tell him the same thing, and
it still worked for him.
Well, that's just how it was for him. 4th and 8. Oh, high snap, Kenny Gavin. He does. He might even have a chance to do it. How about this?
Nice.
And a deep punt. Oh, what a great play.
Beautiful.
You got to be kidding me right now. And the North High fans can't believe it. They can't believe it. Tomas Encinas has the snap go, not just over his, but way over his head. It was so far back there that he had a chance to pick it up, and then he hammers one down to the 20-yard line. What a punt by Encinas.
That was a phenomenal effort by the young punter, Thomas Encinas, the junior. Because that was about 18 yards over his head.
Well, North was only bringing Stillion. He was the only guy going in, right? You have one rusher, so he had the wherewithal to realize, hey, I can still pull this off. Pull it off. How about this? 1st and 10 from their own 20. So Haener hands the ball off to the dangerous Dylan Kyle. And if you're the Spartan coaching staff, you've got to put together a defensive plan, and it's going to have to take a few different things into consideration. But at the top of the list is Dylan Kyle. But then you've got Carson Bennett. So you've got this, proverbial two-headed monster they've always got to be focusing on. But top of the list is Dylan Kyle.
Right.
And they've done a good job so far.
Yes, they have.
We're at the 10-minute mark left in the first half. We're tied at 7.
I'm so impressed by Organista, though, man. This kid is playing a fantastic first half. The captain for South High.
Spartans look like they're bringing a bunch. Oh, really great play by the North High coaching staff. A really smart call. They saw it, and they adjusted. And a nice play. And I think that's Gary Oates. It is Gary Oates that caught that.
And Oates looking like Gronk out there, how he carrying guys. Well, Gronk is retired, so we'll say he's looking like Kittle out there. That was an amazing individual effort after the catch. 1st and 10 Stars. Shotgun twin set on the 20 backs.
Stretch it out to the right side. That is Bennett. We've been up in the press box for me now, five times, 4 times, I think, with the coaching staff from North. And I walked up the ladder tonight. Fellas, good to see you again. Hey, nice to see you, Kern High Network. But they've done a nice job this year, and they've adjusted. Really, they made very good halftime adjustments. All the games I've called with them.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal because, we've been right next to them many times. They do a great job getting their offense in a position to score.
1st and 10. Steven Martinez way out here on his own. He's another really, really speedy receiver. Haener slips again. I think it's his cleats. I don't know that he was really trying to go down over here. Now that I see that second time, I think he's not just cleats aren't getting in there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that on that play. And once the weather changes, we usually would change the cleat. We would extend and go up like another inch because there's such a soft, muddy turf. We would change at half.
You're right.
You come out and you're slipping and sliding around. You got to get those adjusted.
3rd and 12. Ray Miranda handing out cleats.
Oh, man, Ray was the best. He was mean sometimes, but he was best.
Spartans bring a bunch at Haener. Haener's in trouble. Almost picked off by Isaac De La Rocha. So Haener, we thought he was going to get out here in the clear and make a pass, but then he was getting drugged down to the grass, and at the last minute, the ill-advised as Marvin Parra was all over Haener, and then he let go of it, and it slipped through the hands of Isaac De La Rocha. And, oof.
Whoa, boy, they dodged the blow there. There's a situation where, hey, you're still in a tied ball game. You don't have to try to win the game on every snap. Sometimes you just have to calm down. And here we go.
Remember that punt that
Oh yeah, that great punt
They
put
didn't
him in that
see us.
position.
They didn't see us. I mean, what a great play that was to scoop that up and boot that ball.
Huge play by
They're
his
still
team.
stuck down there. Returnable, handled at the 41. Oh, what a nice move that is. Look out. Flag on the play, though. The crowd's going crazy. Tackled at the 25. A nice job and a great run. But a flag right out here on the near hash, right below us at the 47-yard line. Good job. Nice job by Daniel Parra.
Yeah, and that penalty looked like it was on number 5. We don't have him on the roster for the Rebels.
Man, that's how you, the Spartans, that's $2. That's
dang
$2. Hey, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to get a penalty called on you, make sure your name's not in the program, right?
Definitely.
Let's bring in Kevin Willey. Kevin is the extraordinary gentleman that keeps us heard and seen. Kevin, tell us about the marching band extravaganza. This guy works all night last Friday night and then got up for a huge marching band extravaganza. How was it?
It was good. There was a nice full. Every school in the county was there. Band from Templeton, band from up north, Salinas.
Great.
A couple from Visalia. It was, or Tulare rather. It was a good show.
Frontier was awesome last night. Wow, what a great job that Kelly does.
Liberty took the top honors.
Wow. Okay, we start this next series. Oh, goodness.
Oh, ball's out!
Are they going to say he was down? Are they going to? No, they're not. Fumble! Luke Lopez comes flying in there. Huge play. Jumps all over Encinas. Ball pops out. I didn't know if they were going to call down by contact, but that ball is out.
Man, one of my favorite things to say. I told you yesterday, VP, we used to say 1 and out. When we come off the sideline, hey, guys, 1 and out. First play, let's get off the field. And that's exactly what the North Stars do. That was great penetration by the defensive line and a great individual effort.
Bennett hands the ball off to Kyle. Kyle cuts up, so now the North High offensive feeling very sharkish, very bullish right now. Right after the turnover, they get right up to the line of scrimmage and they go Wildcat right into Bennett's hands. So they're going to be aggressive again, no huddle.
Twins left.
They do it again this time. Kyle's going to block for Bennett. Still on his feet, and he's down to the 7-yard line. First and goal inside the 10.
Old school Iron Horse offense made famous by guys like Frank Gifford. Snap me the ball and get out the way.
Let's go. Ryan Matthews, West High School. 6.5 to go here. The North High School Stars.
That's right. Coach Cornford called it the elephant set.
And they're going to move in Stillian just inside the right tackle. They give it to the dangerous Dylan Kyle, and he gets down to the 1-foot line.
You know, how about the Stars? I mean, you come over here all the way from the north side of town. Everybody expects you to be an underdog, and they're playing their hearts out right now.
Can Kyle get in? He does. Touchdown. What a strong run by the senior Dylan Kyle.
Amazing job by that offensive line. But it's just an opportunistic North High Stars team that capitalized on that defensive play. Beautiful job, top to bottom. We've seen extra points be a big thorn in the sides of teams over recent weeks. Let's see if they can be consistent.
All season long, Kenny, I didn't watch every one of your games that you did, but I've seen some PAT issues.
Yeah, buddy.
High snap. The hole is down. Does it get over? It does! That's where you want that back camera back there and show it just creeping over the goal.
Just enough. Just enough.
14-7, under 6 to go in the first half. The vocal stylings of Kenny Calvin, the technical expertise of Kevin Willie, and frankly, Kern County, I just get to sit here and soak it all in. Kevin was talking about the band extravaganza when there was a fumble. So, Kevin, I apologize for you being cut off, but there was a turnover, and you know what Kenny does.
First things first.
If there's a fumble, you know what Kenny's going to do.
Yeah, I have a hard time shutting up when turnovers happen, man. There's something about it, man.
Well, you caused a lot of them, so created a lot. Sorry, created, not caused.
Yeah, I created them. I created the turnover.
Not fair. All right, so Spartans have not shown that they have a lot of trouble getting the ball moving down the football field. Just got to watch the turnover. So with 5:56 left in this first half, they want the ball back. They're looking forward to it.
And they've been tricky with their kicking game, so you got to wonder how they're going to approach this. And they go with the sky kick this time.
A little pitching wedge taken at the 27-yard line. Looks like a seal over here. Can he get loose? No. Oh, what a great play.
Great play.
Nice tackle over there by Jet Skiles, appropriately named.
Oh, yeah, and Skiles has made a couple of great tackles tonight. Sure tackler. I remember one of my friends who's an NFL guy being asked to give a comparison of me, and he said, "Oh yeah, he's a sure tackler." I was offended at first because I was always telling him I'm the best cover man in the world. What are you talking about? But I'm like, hey, being a sure tackler is a great thing.
Well, ironically, you look at the 49er defense, San Francisco 49er defense. They just lost a tough one, over the weekend, but you can tell John Lynch is involved in in the defensive decisions when they do their drafting, because those guys don't miss tackles. Those 49ers wrap up, man.
Absolutely. You can't undervalue tackling.
Right. 1st and 10. They fake the backwards pass, and he's got a man open. Can they connect?
Nice.
They can. What a beautiful pass, and what a catch by Antoine Jones. Really nice looking play. They use Webster out there as a decoy. Everybody's going to go that way, KC. And then, boom, a perfect spiral by Encinas. Man, that was a tight spin.
Let me tell you what made it even a better design is the fact that he actually laterally released. Webster laterally released, so if they had thrown it to him, it would have been a lateral.
Right, so the defense is saying, okay, and they bite hard.
Bit it,
but
extra hard.
Wow, what about that pass, though? That was right on the money. 1st and 10, Spartans. Now you've got Jones in motion, and this time they hand it to Webster. Webster trying to plow his way on the far hash, gets to the 40-yard line.
VP, this is my first time seeing Coach Mills in South High, but I'm very impressed how they use run to set up pass. Everything they've done in the air has been basically set up from the run game.
I like Kerry, does a great job and utilizes all of his young student athletes to their fullest. And I was down there close listening to he and his quarterback and talking to the offense pregame, and you can always just tell there's that mutual level of respect when coaches get a 16, 17-year-old and vice versa. They understand that their coach is a gentleman first and foremost.
Absolutely.
2nd and 8. The whistles blow, and speaking of that gentleman, he calls a timeout. We'll take one with it. 4:14 left in the first half. Nice football game here at South High School. They're welcoming in North High, last game of the regular season. We'll be back right after this on the Kern High Network.
For 100 years, Bakersfield College has helped thousands of people achieve their dreams through education. Now Bakersfield College is bringing college closer to home, with courses offered in Southwest Bakersfield on Stockdale Highway, downtown Bakersfield, and at the main campus on Panorama Drive. Programs and classes also available in Delano, Shafter, Arvin, and online. Your path to a bright new future can start today at the home of the Renegades. It's easy. Take the first step. Visit bakersfieldcollege.edu to learn more.
Short timeout by Coach Mills. Everybody's back at it. 2nd and 8, balls on the North High School 40-yard line. In motion again, Jones. They fake it to him. Quick shot out to the left side, dropped. And he's not happy with himself. Jarrell Hasley, he wanted to take off. He wanted to hit the road.
Yeah, but again, there's another one of those plays where they're faking the RPO to get that backer to bite outside, clears the space for that hitch route. You got to catch that because that sets back the offense now.
And Coach Mills had called a timeout, you know?
Right. That's tough.
We're not 1,000% sure of the playoff schedule, what it's going to look like, the games we may or may not call, but the Kern High Network, as ever present on the social platform as you will ever experience, they do a wonderful job, and they will let the world know in the postseason. 3rd and 8. Encinas takes a look, fires, nice catch. Will he get the first? Oh, it's going to be very close. I don't think he did. It'll be 4th and 1. I would think it's 2-down territory here.
I'm loving this South High offense, man. They look very crispy, VP.
Quick drop.
Quick drops, routes precise. You know, you had the drop on the previous catch, but I'm loving what everything looks like. Trips open set.
Hasley, Para, Jones, everybody out to the left side. Down here at the bottom of your screen, Encinas. There's another Encinas. Ball to the ground!
Oh, as soon as I say it.
Yeah, I was going to say that of the games that I've done, this game seems to be the most balanced on both teams, offense and defense. They all seem to be, and then.
Yeah, I definitely jinxed them too, because I'm talking about how clean and precise the offense look, and then they fumble the snap.
Well, and it was in the shotgun, correct or no?
Yes, sir.
So maybe his eyes just took his eye off the ball.
Yep, because it looked like it was right in the breadbasket. You know, you're trying to look up and see those backers as you get that snap. Oh, man, this is a game, 14-7, and the Stars taking advantage.
Everybody packed in tight for the Spartans. They look like they're bringing a lot. They only bring 4. Inside handoff, and can he do something special? Oh, goodness. He almost broke free, but just too many Spartans, just too many. Juan Cisneros, he was in there for part of the hit, and also Ethan Dominguez.
Man, you had 8 guys right there at the mesh point. That was great penetration by the defensive line. 2nd and 6.
Bennett takes off with it. Patient, poised, strong. Flag late, really late at the end of the play. I mean, the very end of the play. And it comes in from the back judge. He must have seen something.
That's going to be interesting. 2:50 remaining to play. Stars holding a 7-point lead over the Spartans.
So the referee, officiating crew getting together. Les saunters over. See that L right there? 40 years as an official, and tonight's his last one. He was telling me, Vance, my first game ever was a Frosh-Off game with Mike Patton at North High School.
Wow.
So you talk about going full circle. Here's the call. Oh, gosh.
Oh, clip. Oh, that's where he got his mustache training from. That's what I used to call Patton, mustache. He used to hate when I called him mustache on the field.
How about that at the end of the play? And they kept him from getting the first. But at the end of the play, the penalty now makes it 1st and 10. Ball at the Spartans' 39-yard line.
Man, and the Spartans pretty much had this game in hand in the first quarter.
And now you got Steven Martinez, Lincioni. They throw, and it's incomplete. Well, that was close.
Yeah, nice design on the play, too.
Great word. It was a very good design. And if that ball's thrown higher, Oates is gone.
Yes, indeed.
2nd and 10.
But I think what happened there, VP, you had another low snap, so you had to go down low to get it, which messes up the timing of the play action.
North High School's had a few snap issues this season.
So did the Golden Hawks last night.
2:44 left in the first half. Nice football game. Bennett, keeper on the far hash, gets to about the 36-yard line. Clock continues to tick. North's up by a touchdown, 14-7. And a timeout is taken by North High School. We'll stay here. I'm Vance Palm, joined by Kenny Calvin, Kevin Willie. Tell me about those Renegades.
You know, I'm excited for tomorrow. You know, reflecting back on some of our memories going over there, we've had some tough contests. You know, I'm actually feeling like the Renegades have found themselves in moments and we can get a good win to put us in a position to try to see if we can fight our way into some postseason play.
Tell me about the opponents tomorrow. What do you think? What do you expect?
You know, one thing you got to know about Ventura is that they always get some amazing talent at the wide receiver position. Like, I've seen some of the best wide receiver play in our conference every year when we go to Ventura. I mean, and who doesn't want to move to Ventura to play football, right? You know, but they always play us tough. But there's something about Carson Woods and his consistency that makes me feel like we're going to do a great job against them tomorrow.
Some of the more unbelievable moments of my play-by-play life with the Renegades was right there at Ventura College. Oh, my gosh.
Beautiful view.
A double overtime win in the rain. 3rd and 10, 2:33. Bennett's going to throw, or is he? Yes, he is. He throws it up, dangerous. Oh! Broken up. It was out of bounds. The whole play was out of bounds, so nothing would have mattered, catch or interception, but dangerous throw. But Bennett, so you talk about how North is, you know, bringing out all the tools in the toolbox tonight.
Yeah, but, you know, that's a situation where I'm kind of like, what you're doing is working already. You know, you don't want to deviate from the plan too much when you got momentum. And then there's that situation where you put yourself in a position to have to punt the football because you're doing something unconventional compared to what you've done in the first half.
Kenny, they had a couple opportunities, the big penalty, and put the ball in a really nice spot there. But nope, 4th and 8. Will they punt? They have the speedy Steven Martinez right there.
We saw a fake last night.
And now Hayner comes up, and he's going to put in motion. Oh!
Oh, they sniffed it out.
No, they did, and they didn't, and they did. And how about that? Steven Martinez does end up with it. How about that play? I don't know if we'll get that marked for a replay, but I'll tell you what. Coach Bolin having some fun, but it didn't work out.
I mean, definitely nice try, but South was ready for it everywhere.
Wow.
I mean, and you know, it's one of those situations where you're like, dang, you got such good field position that if you run 2 traditional plays, you actually may have a chance to get those chains moved. You let Bennett throw it. That was incomplete. Then you go to fake punt. Turnover on downs after some great field position with the lead.
2:22 remains here in the first half. Wow. 1st and 10. Spartans trying to make something happen, and Coach Mills takes a timeout. We'll take it with them. 2:22 left in this first half. Nice football game tonight here on the Kern 9 Network. North at South. North's up 14-7. Back right after this. after the timeout. Nice pitch and catch. Can he get past the first down marker? Oh, a really good play. So North High calls the timeout. South comes out and has a nice pass to Hasley. And he gets up to about 1 yard short. That ball dabs smack in the middle of the football field. No huddle offense for the Spartans. 2-minute mark here left in the half. In trouble. Goes down from behind. Pressure. And the sack will go to Braden Shuffletowski. But a lot of the heavy lifting done out there. Dylan Ivey and Mitchell Stillion, who I think should be an all-area player, if you ask me. Stillion's
Stillion's been fantastic.
Long balls, got a man open. Oh, I think they stopped running, or one guy thought he was going to run into the next. I saw Jones stopped running, and Para almost had it, but I like the arm on Josh Encinas.
Man, you took the words right out of my mouth because he's slinging it, and it looks pure.
Whew.
Even remember that post corner that was missed over here? Like, every ball he's thrown has been nice. There's been some drops, too.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that they haven't thrown the ball a lot, but every time he throws it, it looks very nice.
All right, here, let's check this snap. It's high again. Oh, he snags it. And he hammers another one. This one returnable. Oh! South High School gets it.
The big payback. Oh, Thomas Encinas is putting on a show, VP.
That was a one-handed grab. I just had a sense. Let's keep an eye on this snap. And he snags it out of the sky. He does an Odell Beckham, and then he goes Odell Beckham, Ray Guy.
Wow!
And then a fumble on the return. And hey, you got to hand it to the South High punt team. They didn't stop. They just kept on going, man.
And I always talk about how being a punt returner is the hardest job in football, especially when you got one boomed at you.
So now they go to the big fella. He might just cut it up and get in the end zone. He does. Touchdown, South. He's going to keep running.
As beautiful as this track is, why wouldn't you want to run on it? But, hey.
Webster.
How about the muff punt coming back to hunt the stars after they got the muff punt to go up? Woo. Wow. Well, no, theirs wasn't a muff punt. They actually got theirs from a defensive play. But still, these turnovers, man. One turnover can make a difference.
Well, here comes a very important PAT. Snap is low. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
So it was low.
Oh, you got a penalty.
A flag on the play, and the whistles are blowing. And it's the umpire right in the middle of the scrum. That's the guy that's always right in the heart of everything.
And they're going to get another opportunity on this because it's a dead ball. But when a dead ball penalty occurs on an extra point, there may be a conversation. Now, okay, so it'll be enforced on the kickoff, I guess.
It's on South. Oh, no, it's on North.
It's going to be on the kickoff, enforced on the kickoff because it was a dead ball penalty.
After the miss, there was a flag that came in on North. It'll be assessed on the kickoff. But here we go again, Kenny, with a 1-point difference.
You know, one advantage that you do have when you get that 15-yard penalty
onside.
After a PAT, you can try that onside.
Especially with only 72 seconds left.
Right. I mean, you're down a point. If you get it back, that'd be a great opportunity for you. They're setting it at the 40, but you got to think that the officials are going to come out and mark that ball.
Well, and if there's anybody that deserves to get some more highlights, it's that young man, the punter, Thomas Encinas, who's also the kicker. So Thomas Encinas has had an eventful first half, so to speak.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's punting his Encinas is the quarterback, but our punter,
Thomas Encinas.
Oh, Thomas Encinas. Oh, yeah, brothers.
And I tell you what, you're sharpest.
Man.
He's the sharpest guy we have up here. I mean, you're pretty smart, Kevin, but KC is.
Just seeing how well he's handling the adversity from the snaps and getting these amazing punts off, man. This kid is making a name for himself tonight.
In the first quarter, the snap went 5 feet over his head. He turned around and booted it to the 20-yard line. This one, he went up and clawed it out of the air.
That was beautiful.
Okay, now the ball's it's marked in the north 45, so you got an opportunity for Thomas Encinas here to do something here. And if you're Coach Mills, why not? 1:12 left. Have some fun. Try to get an onside kick and put yourself in a good position. No, he goes for the field goal. Well, when you've got Dylan Kyle, Carson Bennett, and those dangerous backs, might as well push him back there. 14-13. North leads by 1. A blown PAT to tie it up. And it's... So Kevin's got some replay action for us here. And there it is. Everybody just clamoring for that football. And South knew right away. 5 or 6 of the Spartans just jumped up and said, that's ours. Okay.
I mean, and if you get too aggressive in the Stars right here, you can give the ball back.
Hard count. They'll pick up 5 yards the easy way. Encroachment by the Spartans.
We've seen that happen often, too, where you got teams getting the ball with less than 1 minute or, around 1 minute in the half, and you're trying to get greedy and you make a turnover. Malachi Statler tried that last night, and he bounced the ball to Centennial, and they took it to the house.
They hand it to Kyle.
Uh-oh.
Kyle looks to get outside. Nice job. Really good tackle. Nice pursuit there by the Spartans, and that's going to be Jarrell Hasley. And a timeout is going to be called by. Is it a timeout? The whistle's blue, and it is a timeout called by North High. Okay. Everybody from South walked on the field, and the back judge, it looked like South had called it, but I don't know. So now I do know it's North High School that called it. We'll stay here. So 14-13. Nice first half of football. I'm Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin to my left, Kevin Willie running some replays, starting to get that dialed in for us. And tomorrow night, full moon football for the Renegades over at Ventura. And tonight, a lot of games going on. Frontier wins their league last night, remaining undefeated.
Liberty won against the Drillers.
Liberty got the Drillers, so they still have 2 stinging losses. And anybody that's thinking that Liberty's licking their wounds and pouting is in for a rude awakening.
I don't know.
Soon.
Very soon.
Whoever gets Liberty, look out. They're angry.
Playing an angry Liberty?
Here we go. 66 seconds remain in this first half.
1st and 10.
Wyatt Hayner. 3 receivers up at the top of your screen. South brings everybody at Hayner. Hayner's going to try to get away, and he tosses one. It's caught out there by Martinez. Martinez turns it upfield. Nice play by the Stars.
And that's another Mahomes jump pass by Hayner. He got that jump pass down pat. It's working for him. Do you think, kid?
I see what you did there. He's got that jump thing down pat. Mahomes, I see what you did, kid. Well, and they got out of bounds, so 1st and 10 at their own 44.
$57 seconds left. Clock stops with first downs.
In motion, Martinez. They double inside handoff there, and big hit. Wow. Bennett hit hard. First one to get to him, Ethan Dominguez.
Boy, South High has defended that play very well tonight.
They're really in the wood, too. Some big tackles up there, big hits. Jacob Ramos Dean jogs off. 2nd and 10. Clock did not stop, though. Look at that strong run right there by Dylan Kyle. And there is another timeout taken by North. And that's their last timeout. So 23 seconds, no timeouts for either team. Looking forward to the South High School Marching Spartan Band and Color Guard.
VP, I'm kind of surprised to see North High be so conservative once they cross the 50. I mean, they allowed basically 20 seconds to go off of the clock with no timeouts.
It's a great point, Kenny.
You know, I understand being conservative around your 30 and 40 and not sure if you're going to give the ball back to them. But once you're out past at midfield and you got 50 seconds left, you got to start kicking that energy up. And they didn't do that. They just wasted 20 seconds.
Congrats to the South High Spartan cheerleaders. 30 of them down below us. And all the seniors have sachets and halos on. And nice wreaths, I should say.
Yep.
2nd and 10. Hayner, screenplay. They get it out here to Lincioni. Lincioni going going nowhere, but the clock stops.
Pass completed to number 5, Mikael Lincioni.
I mean, the clock is still running.
Well, he did catch it.
Oh, so he did catch it.
Well, what's happening here? They said he caught it with his knee down. That's it. The half's over. So he made the catch with his knee down. Some confusion here and some consternation. But South High School is going to say, hey, look, we'll go jog into our end of the field. And that will do it for the end of the first half. 14-13, North up 1. This is the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of varsity football tonight, the last regular season game of the season. And it's going to be a great second half. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this.
And now, to continue your halftime entertainment, the South High Spartan Regiment will be performing their 2023 competition show titled Harlem Chronicles, under the direction of band director Tyler Poe, percussion director Jesus Perez, and color guard director Cece Polito. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
No, it's the difference between the chicken and the trombone player. The chicken's going to a gig. That is great, dude. Yeah, how do you get trombone player to leave your house? Take a pizza, give them a tip. That's great, man. We had trombone players as a family to one of our shows. Chuck Farmer. Perfect pitch. If I get the can and hit the glass, unbelievable pitch. He never played flat, never was folded the nose, underneath nothing. He's really square protected guy. Glass. Yeah, we did all that trouble. One of the comedians. officials. Hey, I'll give the chair back in a minute. I'll give the chair 1 minute. What's that?
Give it up for your Southside senior cheerleader. Welcome back to the second half of the Battle of the Legends. The score as we start the second half is 14 for the North High Stars and 13 for your South High Spartans.
Hold on.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin, and Kevin Willie having a good time as we start the third quarter. It's gotten cool and chilly as the Spartans will take possession here in the third quarter. It's a nice football game, and man, hats off to the South High Spartan Marching Band and Color Guard. That was really some well-executed charts from an old standard, especially Misty. Thank you, South High School. And ladies and gentlemen, we've reached a new era in our eclectic, high-level Kern County media relationship. Kenny Calvin emerged up the stairs, through the hatch, with some tacos.
South Side.
All right, here we go. Nice job by North High School.
Oh.
Took a big hit, almost dropped the ball. That's James Webster. Webster took a hit. And, you know, Kenny, one thing about halftimes that I enjoy so much is when we start it up again in any sport, whatever sport it is, to see the adjustments, to see who said, okay, all right, we got this to work on, we got that to work on. And right away you can see where Coach Mills trying to take the speedy, long-legged Webster to the outside, and Coach Bolin says, nope.
Right, because what South is trying to do is get back to what worked for them early in the first quarter. They ran the ball very well, but they got away from it. Coach Bolin and his guys are playing with a lot better energy.
They got one on it, 2nd and 9, hard count, and nobody jumped, and I don't think they crossed the line of scrimmage, so just a broken play, but frankly, nobody should have stopped playing. Oh, my gosh.
We got
what
a punt.
in the world's going on?
Oh, now the benches are clearing.
Uh-oh. And that was a really, really unfortunate situation with such a well-played football game so far, but it got really personal really, really quick.
Yeah.
Between Mitchell Stillion.
Yeah, number 73 threw a punch for the North High Stars. He's going to be ejected.
Well, I thought it was Stillion.
Well, you know, and you may be right.
And I don't want to be wrong, that's for sure.
I definitely don't want to be wrong. So we may need to go to the replay on that.
Man, that escalated out of nowhere. That was just like shot out of a cannon. And athletic directors on the field, coaches on the field, man, that got going quick. We'll check out the replay when we need to. We can probably do it now just because of the fact that Kevin's not covering any action right now. But man, that was quick and volcanic.
And it's been a fairly clean contest. You haven't seen a lot of that throughout the first half. You know, but you know, you caught them at the end of the play. It continued. You got a lineman and an offensive lineman and defensive lineman engaged. Guys are just going after it. That's fine. But once you hit the ground and the punch comes out, that's when we got issues.
I thought that a North Star got pulled to the grass by the face mask, and then that started it all with the retaliation. But again, Kern County, I didn't see it with the naked eye. I was watching another part of the play.
Right, and it was very late too. You know, the actual action from the play was about 3 yards past where the incident happened. So it's confusing from a standpoint of trying to watch both things at the same time. But it happened so late to where you could clearly see the punch being thrown. It was a good 5 seconds after the whistle, I would say.
Well, we're just 65 seconds into the second half,
wow.
And all of a sudden this thing got serious real quick. And kudos to the coaching staff and everybody down there with a cool head, because that thing got broken up
pretty quickly when it could have gotten really bad really
Yeah.
quick. Wow.
I
Kevin,
mean,
were we
Yeah,
able to see
I wasn't really close enough to.
Okay. So I'm gonna retract anything I might have said for a name. I thought
Definitely.
I saw what I saw, but I'm just gonna retract everything I said as far as a name and a number, and possibly.
Yeah, because I was actually watching the energy of the people who ran off to identify the number of who I thought it was.
So now you have the athletic directors, both of them from both schools,
Oh.
and both head coaches meeting.
So what's probably happening now, and this is based on the experience that we've had in watching games get extracurricular at the collegiate level. You have a situation where you have the officials breaking down exactly who's being tossed, who gets to stay, which penalties are going which way. Definitely going to be a sportsmanlike against both teams, but there's going to be some guys being tossed, possibly from both teams as well.
Well, through that process of elimination, we'll know who it was. I'll tell you what, why don't we step away for a minute? We'll take a break, catch our breath, and see if we can figure things out. We'll be back right after this.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
Okay, well, we have found out who it was, and we'll get to it in just a second. We're back to the live action. We wanted to be careful.
Yep, I definitely apologize for.
How about this, Kenny? They're going to go from that to this. What? Oh. We've seen it all tonight. Jarrell Hasley on the pitch pass goes all the way over near to us and then tosses it to the quarterback, Josh Encinas.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We're seeing a lot of dynamic plays. We saw a fake punt by the Stars. We saw a pitch pass earlier for a touchdown. This time they try to go with the throwback to the quarterback.
So it has been confirmed from North High School that it was Mitchell Stillion, and he's been ejected.
Apologize for misquoting number 73.
So now, Thomas Encinas.
That one goes off his up back's butt.
So now, that goes at the 41. So of all the guys that has been stellar tonight, that wasn't his best punt.
Well, it hit off the backside of the up back.
Man.
He's lucky that didn't go backwards.
Kenny, the full moon's not till tomorrow night.
I'm telling you, man, it's a full moon somewhere.
So we heard that through communication channels that can confirm it and gave it to us that from north it was number 45, Stillion, and from south it was number 6, Daniel Parra. And we can see both players off the football field.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
Well, that's going to be interesting because Carson Bennett, they get called for a false start, but I think he just slipped on the way back. So after all of that in the first half, beautiful football, great plays, great everything, it's turned into a case of major funkification to start this third quarter.
And the tough thing about that, VP, is that's the reason why some of these teams have subpar records, because they can't consistently get it done.
Hayner now hands it to a young man they're hoping can get it done. And now that's, by the way, Dylan Kyle. But now you got to watch. Now both teams are pumped up. Now they both got an edge, as if they already didn't in the North-South rivalry. And you said it great. We went to break, and he goes, well, you call it a rivalry. And very much. It sure is, Kenny. But now the officials, a heightened sense of awareness.
Yes, VP, you saw what I saw, because they're doing a better job getting to guys at the end of the play a little faster. 2nd and 14, and we'll get back to some football. Shotgun double set for the Stars against a man coverage look.
Hayner, screen play. They get it to the dangerous Kyle, but they're there to wrap him up. And another big hit, and that tackle was made by Isaac De La Rocha. He was one of the two, as well as Ethan Dominguez.
I'm very impressed by the South High defense and how they've bottled up the running back for the Stars, because this kid is explosive. He has the ability to take it the distance every time. But what South High is doing, they're sending 6 and 8 guys to the ball every time.
3rd and 13, 9.5 to go here in the third quarter. A lot of football left in this big rivalry. They give it to Kyle. Can Kyle get outside? He cannot. What a great play. What a great play. And another nice job by Ethan Dominguez. Wow, Ethan Dominguez having himself a football game tonight.
Man, Ethan is repping the 2-3 gang very well. I mean, it just highlights the point that we made. Those are tackles that Kyle usually breaks and scats out for about 15 to 16 yards. They're getting to him.
We talked about Coach Kerry Mills and going through the priority list, and priority number 1 is jersey number 1. Stop it. Hayner's also the punter. It's a good one. It's a knuckleball. Taken at the 40 on the run. And nice job by Antoine Jones to hang on to that. Nice job by North High getting down there.
Oh, yeah.
10.
You know, one of our favorite things, me and Coach Van Horn, as he's sitting down nursing that elbow, we love seeing punt returners that catch the football. Too often you see guys back there and they allow the ball to bounce on the ground. Yes, it's the most difficult job on the field, I said earlier, but you're put back there for a reason. You've displayed the fact that you can continue to catch the ball at a high level, so it's great to see punt returners doing their job. So we got 1st and 10 for the Spartans, trips open set. Now we got movement. That's going to be a false start. And South High just not able to find that rhythm that they had early in the first quarter, VP.
What happened at halftime?
I mean, I would like to just be transparent and say guys aren't ready for this weather. You know, the 10 to 15 degree drop that you get in that 30 minutes to an hour between 9 o'clock, 8:30 and 9 o'clock, it definitely affects some of these young guys.
Great point, Kenny. An absolutely salient point. I believe every bit of it. 1st and 15. This is the first really cold night. And stiff arm, but he's not going to go anywhere. He got one stiff arm in, but 6 more North High Stars jumped on him. And to your point, I mean, anybody in, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, they're gonna chuckle if they hear us say that it's cold.
Right.
But for these young guys that have been playing since August, All of a sudden,
I was doing fine before halftime. Now I'm a little chilly.
Right.
You were doing fine before Kenny said anything, right?
No, I mean, Kev had his jacket out, too, right after the half because you could feel that temperature drop.
Guys, I'm in a polo. What's wrong with you guys?
I mean, and we can't mention Maine without taking a moment to give our
You've
thoughts
been
and
hanging
prayers.
around Mr. Adams too long.
Oh, yeah, the trench coat.
No, Brian would go. Brian Adams, back in the day on our Bright House Networks, he would go polo, and that's it until it got to be,
late November.
Yeah, it got to be really chilly. But that's when he was young, Kevin. B. Adams, if you're out there listening, when you got old, towards the end of his TV career with us, he'd roll in early October with sweater on. It's Brian, you're getting soft on us, man. But he would get in that cold weather with a polo on.
Another one of the GOATs right there, my big bro Brian Adams, man. Talking about fantastic receiver play in powder blue jersey.
How fast was he?
Man, I mean, it's in his blood.
2nd and 12.
Hall of Fame dad.
Still in the third quarter. It's a very disjointed third quarter. Coach Mills and his staff don't like what they see, and a delay of game.
Man, talk about discombobulation, VP.
I thought they were going to call a timeout, but they didn't want to burn one. They didn't want to burn one in a 14-13 game, so they just kind of let it run out. But I could see they did not like it. The coaching staff looking at each other. Coach Mills giving it the old arms up thing. What's happening?
It has to be frustrating for South High because, I mean, they came out and scored first. You thought they were going to run away with the contest. They've been out of sorts since. 2nd and 17.
Toss out here to the near side. Good pitch, good catch, and maybe a first down. Maybe.
Wow.
Going to be just shy.
Talk about going and getting it. Simple out route. I mean, but when your corner is playing 12 yards off, all you got to do is come off the ball hard. They do exactly that and get 15 of the 17.
4th and short. Here's a big call here in the early stages of the second half. Coach Mills not hesitating.
Okay, so I missed it down.
You're discombobulated. 4th and 1.
I'm cold too.
Jones. Oh my goodness, that may be on North. We'll see.
It definitely.
We'll see. It's a first down. It's on North High School. That's what I thought.
I mean, if the North High Stars end up losing this football game, you go back to that situation in that one play that caused the ejection that kept this drive going and that offsides penalty.
1st and 10. Drive stays alive. They give it to Webster. Webster could be gone. James Webster, touchdown, Spartans.
Amazing block by the left tackle. And he is looking more and more like Eric Dickinson every time I see him.
He looks just like Forrest Gump, too. He doesn't stop. Yeah. I mean, he ran in that corner, ran all the way around the field goal post, out onto the track, ran all the way back around, full speed.
Amazing job by the young Webster.
That young man is special. That must be jersey 11 right this year in 2023.
Absolutely.
Kobe.
Fantastic play out of 11 last night.
Okay. They decide to go for 1. Encinas, the punter kicker, is the holder. Here's a beauty right here. That's a beauty. So nice kick there by Angel Palomares. And Palomares ripped it.
Yeah, just a great job by South High taking advantage of the adversity. You know, and I talked about the play with the punch. Yeah, it was a mutual situation in a wash in yardage, but you can tell where the momentum went.
And that's no wash when it comes to losing Mitchell Stillion.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not a wash.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that in the first half I was talking about an all-area player, and I mean it. He's that formidable of a defensive force.
Absolutely. I mean, but on the other side of it, you got Daniel Power as the captain for South High. You know, you got 2 captains basically being thrown out of the game. And it's the next man up theory.
Fans, tonight's game has been selected as the Game of the Week live on the Kern High Network. It's brought to you by the Kern High School District and School.
So you got 7:25 to play in the third quarter.
Network. On the call tonight is Vance Hall and Kenny Calvin. Don't forget that tonight's game will be archived and ready to watch by this Saturday on www.kernhighnetwork.com.
7:25. I laid out for a minute so we could hear the spot about the Kern High Network.
Yeah, man, you gotta listen to your own shout out every now and then. We ain't as famous as we used to be, VP. We used to get shouts out all the time.
You're famous, I'm infamous. 7:25, as I was saying before I was so welcomely interrupted. Here comes the Spartans again. They do the old psych, and they line it up.
And South High is going to have to keep that intensity up on the defensive side of the ball, only being up 6.
It's a low burner.
Oh.
Flags are flying, and that's an easy call. That's an offsides call on the Spartans. An old school football fan, a purist, would say, hey, you guys do all that stuff and fancy stuff, and you break out of this, and you do this, and you got guys under here, and then what happens? You're offside. Come on now.
We can take another look at that score since we've got a marking off a penalty.
Some replay action here. There you see it, Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Webster.
Amazing job by Webster. And he's just striking out.
Watch him. He just keeps going. Everybody. He just keeps running. He ran out of the shot.
Just amazing individual effort. Special thanks to Kevin Willie, our producer director.
Okay, they do the jab step again. Nothing happens. Will they stay onside? Long third quarter. This third quarter's taken more than the first half. Returnable. It's going to be taken by Martinez. Don't kid yourself. He's just as fast. He's dangerous. Woo! Isaac De La Rocha.
Oh, my goodness, man. I'm seeing some amazing hits this year. That was true form tackle, VP.
That was a decleater.
Oh.
Big hit by jersey number 9.
I mean, he wrapped him up, picked him up, and drove him to the depths of the demons.
And I'll tell you what, it's not two of the biggest guys out there, but what a tackle. What a hit.
I mean, and it's hard to get a form tackle like that in open field against a kick returner.
Look at this bunched up set. And now North High School's snapping it directly to Dylan Kyle, and Coach Boland's trying to get something going on offense here, just saying, hey, here comes the wedge of all wedges. Let's go.
Yeah, and I love him doing that because we've talked about how tough a night it's been for Dylan, and you have to try to do your best to get your star players the ball in special places. So let's see if the direct snap helps him get loose. This kid has breakaway speed.
They go to him again. Lowers the head, but nothing doing. Maybe 2 more yards, so it will be 3rd and 4. They picked up 3 yards each carry, but it's still no picnic trying to get a 3rd and 4 against this South defense.
Yeah, very impressed with this South High defensive line. I mean, we talk about the history of South High offense and run and shoot and all these slot receivers. This defense is making a name for themselves today. If you think about it, the points that the Stars have came off turnovers, basically.
You're right, 3rd and 5. South coming at him. Finds his man, a beautiful toss over there to Lincioni. Lincioni going to take advantage of a South High slip. And how about this? Touchdown, North High School. And that's not off of a turnover.
Hey, and we talked about South High Spartans defense better have their antennas up because you're only up 6 points. You can't come out here like you got the game in hand and relax. But that was just a well-designed play by the coaching staff to our right as that protection held up enough to get that crossing route across, and you're not going to catch that kid from behind.
Lincioni bursts down the far side after a nice just pitch and catch, nice little toss by Hayner. Doesn't have to be a bomb. And now Alexander Nunez, and he's got quite the leg, but it's going to have to be all the other part of it. And the umpire right in the middle of everything tosses the yellow flag at the football and says, hold up, guys. So they're going to move it back.
Oh.
It'll go from a 20-yarder.
Oh, we got drama. We got
a 25-yarder. We're tied at 20, everybody. Tied at 20. And we thought we'd seen it all in the first half, but then a brawl broke out to start the third quarter. So we haven't seen it all. Tied at 20. The junior, Nunez, snaps perfect. The hold's perfect. And he puts it right down the middle, and it's good. So now it's North back up 21-20.
Hey, I love the game, VP, but I'm not looking forward to no OT. It's getting chilly out here.
Don't know if we'll see it with this 1-point margin.
Right.
Kenneth.
That's why I'm glad we got that nice kick. But we talked about the struggles of field goal kicking in the league this year. We got to get some of these parents hooked up with Coach Mateo Alvarez, get some of this individual kicking lessons going, man.
Last night, Kenny and I were calling the football game between Frontier and Centennial, and it was getting close, and it started to look possibly like we might be setting up for a game-winning field goal. You and I were saying, nah, Coach Bandy's going in. Coach Bandy's going in. Well, Matt Alvarez, longtime kicking coach with he and his father up at Bakersfield College, texted me last night, and the reason I didn't read it last night, because they didn't need it because of the touchdown. But he said, no, Ryder Finch, ice water in his young veins. Come on, game-winning field goal. Who wants to see a touchdown? Boo! So
I got that message last night too.
Yeah, I didn't call it out because it wasn't needed, but I got to tell you, that was Matt Alvarez at his best.
That's why we had to give him his love today. He felt slighted yesterday by the touchdowns for wins.
All right, Matthias. How about this? It's going to go out of bounds. Flag will come up. And let me just take a moment to give you the names of our.
Oh, we got a personal foul against 55. He mouthed off to the official, to the wrong official. He's retiring tonight, so he want to get his flags out.
Kevin's laughing because I just pulled up the names of the officials. I was just going to read out the officials and the storyline for the young man that just made a mistake with that official. So that's Camden Dockery, who's going to get called for that one. But I was just going to announce referee is Randy Blay, umpires Jason DeLeon, head linesman is Jesse Esparza, back judge is David Newby, and that gentleman right there with the L on his back is the one we were talking about earlier, Les Huber, his 40th year in the league, and his last game is tonight between North and South. You talk about a game to go out on. And he was in there, the cool, calm, collected head that kind of, dispersed all that information for the fight that broke out. And then right there he said, I'm not having it. Just threw a flag at the very tail end of a play there. So, Les, we want to congratulate you on 40 years. Kenny, we talk about not having enough officials this year and doing games on Thursday nights and Friday nights and putting together a year of Thursday and Friday night games. How about 40 years, 4 decades of commitment and service to these young student athletes?
Yeah, I mean, it's just such an amazing relationship that guys like Les Huber have with us as players because, as players, you're not friendly with officials right away, but then through your career, you start building these relationships. That's how me and Nick Ellis are so close. He was one of the officials that would throw PIs on me. I would call him Mini Mustache.
He got me a lot. Okay. Let's see if South can start things off here. Nice pitch and catch out there to Thomas Encinas. So the Encinas connection. Nice 6-yard gain.
And VP, how often have we had games where the records are subpar, but the contest isn't?
All the time.
All the time.
When we were told of this game this week, I was so happy. I thought we may get sent up 99 for the Wasco-Shafter rivalry. We've done a lot of those games, but it was there or here, and I was very pleased to know we were going to call this game Webster. And he runs into a host of North High Stars. Got a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Don't get me wrong, Wasco-Shafter, love that game. That's always a blast.
Would love to get a score on that. I'm pretty sure Shafter's handling business. I think the pregame stuff is more funny than the game.
Well,
sometimes.
they did the mascot bonfires last night, and that always catches everybody's attention. I've called many of those games. Matter of fact, Rich Cornford, I think it was his first year with us in the Kern High Network. He and I were up there, and I think we parked like on 99. And this was, it was
on
oh
Kimberly.
My gosh. 3rd and 3. Webster's going to have to cut up soon. He's running out of space, and the North High Stars say no dice. And the coaching staff for North High, exuberant, ecstatic.
And Webster's one of those backs. He does well in open space, but he's not very agile.
Well, you're going to have to jab that leg in the ground and go. That foot's got to go in the grass sooner or later.
Great point, VP. Great point.
And he was trying to stretch out against a really, really quick linebacker crew. So they watch film. They'll go over that. He's so gifted and talented. He'll get it.
Yeah, and you come up empty, and you're putting right back to a Stars team that's chomping at the bit. Dylan Kyle. This kid's special, man. He doesn't need a whole lot of space to get open. You got Steven Martinez back there, too.
4th and 6. Perfect snap. Oh, it's blocked. We've seen it all. And it's handled, and it's taken right there and then. What a dangerous move to go up and get it. But he goes up and gets it.
We just
Evan Losh
talked about this about 10 minutes ago, VP, that the up-back's butt nearly blocked it the last time. And I said he got lucky and didn't knock it backwards. You have to make those adjustments. South High didn't adjust it. And that little mistake might cost them the contest.
And I was about to say he's not used to that perfect snap, and it was right in his hands, but he kicked it off his own player. And then how about the dangerous play by Evan Losh?
Oh.
But high risk, high reward. He goes up for North High, doesn't worry about bobbling it and losing it, goes up and grabs it.
Man.
What a great play. North High, 1st and 10, inside South territory, and they're going to give it to the speedster. Can he break free? All of a sudden, you've got Dylan Kyle doing what Dylan Kyle does, and he gets 7 yards on a 1st and 10. 3:20 remaining here in this third quarter.
Can't say enough about the toughness of Dylan Kyle. And I'm going to go ahead and give him a nice comparison of a guy named Merle Hodge.
Wow.
Look him up.
Well, other than the fact that Merle's a little bit bigger, which meaning Dylan, that's even more impressive what Dylan Kyle's doing. Merle had a big trunk, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, but
yeah.
How tough
right.
Dylan runs between the tackles,
No
that
question.
definitely reminds you of Merle.
No question. 2nd and 4. Nice job by South High School. They stopped it. Maybe a foot they got on it. It'd be 3rd and 3.5.
All our young viewers are like, who's Merle Hodge?
And he became a great broadcaster.
Absolutely. Pick up that internet y'all using for all that social media and look up some real knowledge.
Mike Alstott. What about Mike Alstott?
Oh,
for the
Big
Buccaneers?
Mike. That's my guy, too.
And he run guys over.
Yeah, Mike's a great guy.
3rd and 4. Big play here, bud.
Twins left for North.
So now you have Oates and Bennett chit-chatting right before the snap. A little whisper session. What will happen there? Big play. And how about this? They give it to Dylan Kyle again, and Kyle only picks up a
late
yard.
flag.
And a late flag comes in. Flags from everywhere. One over here, too. So that's unfortunate. Starting to see a lot of yellow fly now.
Yeah, because it's getting extracurricular.
I didn't really see. I don't. They saw it. I didn't. That's for sure. I didn't see what was happening there. It looked like a really nice play and a great tackle. If this is against South, boy, Coach Mills is going to be very unhappy because that's a big stop at the 42-yard line. So, some decisions would have to be made if there was no flag by Coach Bolin. It's a big call here.
A couple.
Personal foul, face mask against the Spartans. 1st down, North High School. Wow.
Oh, both against South High. Oh, so you had 2 against South and 1 against North, so 1 will be marched off.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. 1:52 remaining in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere, everybody. It's a nice little Friday night lights action for you as we go into the fourth quarter. It's a nice football game here. Carson Bennett takes the direct snap, loses his footing for a minute. Nice hit by the Spartans. He gets nothing.
Man, this defensive line has been playing phenomenal, and I'm going to tell you why. South High's defense has been basically in a man coverage all night, walking that strong safety up and putting their corners in man coverage, daring North High to try to throw the football. And North has been consistently running it.
The pursuit, the angles.
Absolutely.
2nd and 10.
You know, they're putting 9 men in the box and saying, we dare you to throw it.
Bennett might. He may put it up in the air.
But look at everybody within 10 yards. There's no safety past 10 yards, and now they finally throw.
Screenplay. Oh, almost picked off. Almost intercepted in there by De La Rocha. That was thrown into traffic. That was, and you got to give it to the South High coaching staff. They saw it.
Yep. But VP, you got your crystal ball out because you said eventually that they're going to go to the air. It's just not enough time.
I'm laughing at the PA announcer right below us. He said the Spartans all over that screen pass. I mean, he's doing a little color analyst down there on the PA, all over that.
Nice.
But he didn't say. He said Spartans. 3rd and 10. 24 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Bennett rolls to his right. He's a run-first guy. Flag is down, and it's way out there where Bennett was rolling out. It makes me think it's a hold, but you never know. And it is. So I think they'll decline it. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they'll push him back some further. We'll see what Coach Mills wants to do.
I would think that they may try to push him back further because they may try to go for this VP.
Yeah, he's already pointing that way. He's pointing, push him back, man, push him back.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, the kicking game in North High hasn't been well enough to kick beyond 30 yards. You would expect them to go for that 4th and about 12.
Well, and plus with the dangerous weapons of Kyle and Bennett and Oates and Martinez, just push them further back. So now it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 22. Carson Bennett in the shotgun. No, sorry, this is Hayner. Hayner comes across the body. Look out! Hayner is in trouble. Gets free. Hayner throws it, and
another jump pass.
Oh, goodness, and it's bobbled out there by Carson Bennett. So that was a nerve-wracking play.
Oh, my goodness.
As Hayner, I thought he was going to get it tomahawked out of his hand for a second by one of these Spartan defenders. So nice choice of a nice decision by Kerry Mills to push him back on that penalty because you're exactly right. Now they're going to have to boot the ball, I think.
Great coaching by Coach Mills. This is my first time seeing him. I'm loving what he's doing with his defense. But I'm telling you, Hayner has that Mahomes jump pass down pat. I'm telling you. He's done that about 4 times tonight.
5 seconds remain in the third. This will take us into the fourth quarter. Nice snap. Hayner, low punt. And it's going to go. Oh, what a beauty.
Nice.
What a beauty. And it gets at the 10-yard line. So that'll do it. Wraps up the third quarter. How could you go anywhere? 21-20, north, south.
Wow.
The Stars up 1. Fourth quarter coming up on the Kern High Network. Our last game of the regular season. We'll see you in a second right after the break.
Woo.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead, to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
We definitely need some more great officials.
Yeah, we were talking about Les Huber's last game after 40 years. We will continue to make the plug for some more officials as we go into the 2023 winter season, basketball, wrestling. They start off here, the Spartans do. They stretch it out and loses his footing is Antoine Jones, another one of the super sophomores. If you're just getting to your phone or laptop or however you're watching us, we got a great one here. 21-20, North up 1, and it has been a fun-filled, action-packed.
If you're just getting to this game, you're going to want to watch the archived version tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean,
in between your college games or something.
We've seen a ton of action here, and we've just, I keep thinking we've seen it all, and then we get the punt off of the teammate's bum that turned this thing into another possible crazy ending.
All right.
This one's tossed out here to the near side. Hasley, two stiff arms. Wow, two really good stiff arms. And he's going to pick up the first down.
Man, and Hasley looks like a kid that if he gets in open field, you are not going to want any part of that. He stiff-armed that DB so easily, and that stride looked marvelous right there.
Hey, you bought the tacos. You want my beanie for a while? You all right?
I'm good. But, I mean, very impressed with the skilled position players at South High on the offensive side of the football. Their defensive line has been playing phenomenal. But I'm interested to see what they're going to do with some adversity in this fourth quarter, trailing 1 point.
1st and 10 after the stiff arm first down from Hasley. This time they give it to the impressive James Webster, and he plows ahead.
Man, I'm telling you, Little Webb is looking phenomenal. And if that is little James Webster, he's way more athletic than his dad was.
Man.
He know it.
I need to listen to a game that you're calling that I'm not on so I can hear what he says about me. Kevin, I think that's the only way I'll really catch Kenneth.
Shotgun spread set for the Spartans.
In motion, Jones, quick toss out here, and again it's to Hasley. So they've found something that they like as far as rhythm, that's for sure.
And I think Hasley is telling Coach Mills, why are we running this to the short side?
Yeah, let me go.
I need some space.
Let me go. Again, want to mention that no commitments made yet on postseason on the Kern High Network. But at KHSD, at Kern High Network, KernHighNetwork.com. Just
jot down some suggestions and.
Well, once we see who's doing what and who's going where.
Got to get those brackets.
2nd and 5. Again, this time they give it to him. Jones says, yeah, let me have it. Oh, runs into trouble. How about North High? How about that D?
Nice job by the North High defense keeping containment. People underestimate the simple part of just doing your job. Sometimes as a defensive end, your job is just to make sure you step outside of that tackle's foot. Long as you do that, you done your job and we can stop the play. All it takes is small little things.
Great advice, Kenny. Great advice. 3rd and 9. Quick toss out to Jones.
Ooh, nice move.
But nothing doing there. North High just stuffs it, and the Spartans are going to have to punt.
Yeah, and that's tough sledding. Oof. Great job by North Stars. And it looks like we got a injured Spartan, but he gets up on his feet, and that'll be punt time. Again, and we've already seen issues. We've seen high snaps. We've seen bum kicks.
Well, and
one-handed grabs.
The clock is running. This is not the kind of game where it gets aired out for like 50-yard attempts and passes where the clock stops and starts and stops and starts. This is a grinded-out game. Let's see again. Has he given himself any space to make this punt? This is Thomas Encinas, who's had quite a game. This could be taken. And fumble!
Whoa. I'm telling you, this is an exciting one.
Steven Martinez just shaking it off, and
he's
got that's a steady Eddie guy right there. That's a go-to guy, Steven Martinez. So he just kind of shakes his head and says, "Wow!" And that thing bounced off his thigh pad and was live.
Yeah, it happens to the best of them. I muffed one punt my whole career, and it gives me nightmares still to this day.
Right.
That's
how it goes. You think of you remember the tough stuff.
Oh yeah. Home game in Arkansas.
He's taking us back, Kevin. He's taking us back. 1st and 10. And a great ball fake. Really good RPO there by Wyatt Hayner, because I can tell you this, the Spartans thought for a second that they had Dylan Kyle stopped in the backfield. A great hard effort there by De La Rocha, and he likes to hit people.
Yeah, and they call it the RPO because it's the read pass option or run pass option, but that quarterback is reading as well, and that's just a great job by Hayner reading that back or that backer attacking the back.
No need to put it up just yet in the air. 2nd and 5. And this time they hand it to Dylan Kyle, and nice Kyle tackle. Gets down to just shy. It'll be 3rd and a foot.
Brought down by number 45, Samuel Organista.
Hey, I want to give my kudos to the Chain Gang for this South High School production tonight.
I mean,
this team, they've got it down. They have got it down. Nice job by the official over there. Okay, big play here. They're going to say 3rd and 2. I think it's 3rd and 1. It's right below us. I mean, right below us. And 1st down for sure. They give it to the guy that they feel 9 times out of 10 is going to get it.
Yeah, just can't say enough about Dylan Kyle. I mean, he's a guy that we love seeing in open field, but tonight he's getting the hard yards for his team, and right now they're doing a fantastic job with 6:33 remaining in this contest, trying to put this game away.
Classic cinematography here for old school Kern County football.
Oh, lack of discipline by the Spartans. It's going to cost them some yardage as 3 guys jumped. And hopefully they didn't mess up VP's amazing shot that he had, because they were lined up right on his mark.
Man, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait now. I want a still shot of north versus south right below me.
Right
below me. Now it's just now it's so far down the field, 10 yards out of the picture. 5:50 and counting. Not lost on anybody is how quick that clock is going now. Now everybody's looking at it going, wow, it's already 5:40, only 5:40 left in regulation.
Twins left, shotgun pro set.
1st and 5. Hayner waits for the count, and they give it to Bennett, and he gets nothing. 2nd and 5.
Man, I'm telling you, Ethan Dominguez is playing a phenomenal game tonight. You know, I'm always looking for number 23s. I got a little club. We call it the 2-3 game. But just watching him continue to give his best effort when their backs are against the wall is inspiring.
Under 5. 2nd and 5. Coach Mills and his Spartans have all 3 timeouts. Hayner hangs on to it. Oh, what a beautiful play. He took it out of the breadbasket of Dylan Kyle. He had given it to Kyle, and he yanked it back out of Kyle's hands. What a great read and a nice pass. 1st down, North Stars.
Man, we just talked about how well he's doing with his reads from that RPO position, because he left the ball in his belly for a good 2 seconds.
Here's a look at it right here. Thanks, Kevin. Watch this. Watch the quarterback as he takes this. Hey, Kevin. Watch this right here. He takes and hands this ball off to Dylan Kyle and then pulls it right back out of his belly. This ball was in his pocket. Look at this.
That was 3 seconds in his belly.
That was great.
That's how you coach it up.
Under 4. This time they give it to him, and nice hit at the end there.
And the Stars will be content to continue to just keep running that clock down, but now we got a timeout.
Yeah, Kerry Mills is now going to call the timeout. He's going to have to start mixing in great defensive calls with timeouts, and he's used the first of 3. Now he's got 2 left. What a great, great football game. While it's getting closer and closer to the end, I want to give a few thank yous, and we'll start with South High School for hosting us tonight. Special thank you to our man Stan Green. Stan, we can't say enough for
absolutely
opening these doors and allowing us to come out and do what we love doing. The Kern High School District Superintendents, thank you for greenlighting all of this. Our sponsor, Valley Strong Credit Union. We have one sponsor, Valley Strong Credit Union, and they allow us to put on these events. Thank you. And tonight specifically, Brian Mindeborough, the man.
Mindeborough,
principal of South, AP of Instruction, Josh Porter, the AP of Administration, Tori Nettleton, the athletic instructor, the great Dante Borodori, activities director, Cecilia Pulido. Thank you very much. Another special thank you goes out to Kevin Willie and Julian Wilson, our 2 director producers.
Absolutely.
All of the things technically that they do, if you only knew what they go through to keep us on the air sometimes. 2nd and 10.
Man.
Wyatt Hayner stands on the 30-yard line of South High School. The handoff. This time it goes directly to Dylan Kyle. He's wrapped up again. And he gets another 4 yards, Kenny. It's you're right. He's had to just battle in between, not the tackles, the guards tonight. He hasn't even been able to get outside the tackles.
But that's what's so impressive about him. He finds a way to do his job and get things done, and he has been a player that hasn't lost his cool, even though it's been very tough inside for him. He just continues to get back up, walk to the huddle, and focus on his task. You know, and that's one of the things I admire most about watching the kid over the past couple of years is just his work ethic and his ability to stay focused.
Some more thank yous to the incomparable one himself, Rick Van Horn.
Coach.
Rick's been a big part of Kern High Network, and thank you, Rick. He and I started off the year at North High, hosting Frontier on the night of the eve of Hurricane Hillary, and Rick is, you talk about a great guy to have up here. I show up about 30, 40 minutes before the game. I get up top. He's got notes all over the place. The great Rick Van Horn. Thank you to Rich Cornford.
Coach.
Rich is as impeccable of a coach and a human being as you could ask for. Rich, thank you for your time. 3rd and 7, 3:31 to go here in the 4th. It's a 1-point difference. And after the timeout by Kerry Mills, he gets a gift by the unbelievably prepared and always on top of the game, Carson Bennett.
That was a crucial penalty as well because
was that Gary Oates? That was number 9?
It takes you out of field goal range.
Now it's 3rd and 11. Will South bring the house? They do not. Toss over here to the near side, and it's in the hands of Lincioni. Lincioni to the corner. Touchdown! North High School, and you got to be kidding me. They get it to the near pylon, and another big touchdown catch, the 2nd of the evening for Lincioni.
And a hush goes over the crowd.
Of course.
I mean, and that's the situation where you've seen South High do such a great job getting pressure all night. When they didn't need to, they go conservative, don't send anybody, and allow the crossing route across the field again, the same one that scored on them earlier.
Is that his 3rd?
Wow.
That's Lincioni's 3rd TD.
Wow. So that changes the scope of post-game conversation.
And that's a big PAT right there. Let's not forget Lincioni had the long run down the far side. Wow.
Talk about turn of the tides. I mean, you watched North struggle early in the first quarter, and they just kept being resilient. And they started taking advantage of their opportunities and kept fighting. and they put themselves in a position to take over this contest. Now they're up 8 points with 3:23 to play. All they got to do is keep her from getting in the end zone, and this is a wrap.
And he had scored the very first one of the game.
Yeah, so we're trying to get some logistics on exactly how well.
So Mika Lincioni. In the first quarter, I called him Mika Lincioni. 3 touchdowns tonight.
Wow.
Let's not forget, he caught the first touchdown pass on the pitch pass.
Oh, yeah.
Then he busted one down the far side. And then this huge one. Game not over. 8-point lead now for the Stars. And this is a pitching wedge caught at the 25-yard line, and it was a fair catch. He gave the insinuation that it was just going to be a fair catch, so nothing to do there.
And VP, South High's offense has been somewhat conservative all night. They have no choice now but to open it up. The hitches and the sweeps may not get it done if you're not able to move these chains. You got to open that playbook up now.
On the scoreboard, it says that Coach Mills has 2 timeouts. I thought he only had 1 left, but the scoreboard says 2. North High has 3 for what it's worth. And to your point, Kenny.
Here they come. Trips open set. Shotgun set.
Encinas sees a slight rush, and that's going to be a really nice pitching catch. Oh, I thought they were going to go with the old hook and ladder. For a second, I thought he was going to kick it back over to Antoine Jones.
It was actually open.
I think that's what it was because Jones was staying back here. And if you look at Hazley, he caught it and was looking back. I think that's what it was going to be.
Wow. Talk about opening up the playbook.
You said it.
I like it, Coach Mills.
Now they switch, and there's 3 up top.
Oh,
they're going to go down. He just overthrows it. So all of a sudden, and we're seeing the playbook opening up here with 2:45. It'll be 2nd and 10 now.
And I can guarantee you got some parents on the sideline in the stands like, hey, what was that the last 30 minutes?
Well, Coach Mills is just saying, hey, give it some time. Give it some time.
Yeah.
We got a lot of these super sophomores are going to come back next year ferocious. But to your point now, 2nd and 10, they've got a long way to go, and they have to get a 2-point conversion if they get into pay dirt. Again, top of your screen, 3 receivers. It's going to be a screen play. They toss it out here, and oh, goodness, dangerous. It was supposed to go to Jaden Metters, but it flew over his head. Now it's 3rd and 10, and they need to get the first down.
Right, but it's 4-down territory, of course, with 2:40 left to play. But right now you just see nervousness from a standpoint of having to finally throw the ball when you haven't really thrown it all night. That's the importance of keeping balance throughout the game, just in case you need to do some things when it really counts. Because right now they're needing to throw it, and they haven't really been successful putting it in the air.
3rd and 10. Flushed out of the pocket, has time, throws it deep, has a man, and it's Jarrell Hazley, who's had a fantastic night. That was in
the basket.
Oh, and what a toss by Josh Encinas. And, boy, Hazley can't even bear to even think about it. You can just see how broken up he is as he runs back to the huddle. He's just beside himself. Had a great route, just cut all the way across the field, and Encinas put it right on his number, and he just can't believe it. First of all, he's gassed. And
I think even the North High crowd groaned on that.
Right.
They feel bad for the young man also.
The defender helped him up and patted him on the back and said it's going to be okay.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, goodness. Now all of a sudden it's 4th and 10, and
you
Gary
got 12
Mills
on the field for North High, and South calls the timeout. That was almost a penalty.
Kerry Mills got to talk it over. That was just a great play, and boy, you feel for Jarrell Hazley. He's had a great night, and he was in a full sprint, and maybe that just kind of affected, his vision and just running all the way out, because that goes in the end zone, and all of a sudden, not only do they have an opportunity to get the 2 point, there's still more time.
Right,
the game's not even over yet.
I mean, but how about the ball from the quarterback, Cisneros, or Encinas, Josh Encinas, I should say. You know, he's done a fantastic job putting the ball exactly where it needs to be. He's had some drops. It hasn't been a whole lot of drops, but just the timing of the drops.
Okay. This is extremely important play, to say the least, for this North-South rivalry with 2:33 left. Encinas. North only going to bring 3. Encinas steps up, tosses it, and it is way off target, and it's intercepted. This game may be locked up. No flags anywhere. And after the timeout, they had the timeout, and Kerry Mills I was watching him in the huddle with his players. He was giving very, very specific instructions, and I don't believe they were followed perfectly, because there was nobody where Encinas was throwing it or where he expected them to be. And here's a look at it right here, Kenny. We've got a replay, and he steps up and he threw it where there was nobody. So I think he felt there was going to be someone on that route to collect that. And as he was walking off, Josh Encinas, he was beginning to kind of explain himself and plead his case with Kerry Mills, and Coach Mills just said, "That's okay, man. Look, it's all right."
Young quarterback, he's got a lot of growth ahead of him.
And I think what he was trying to tell him, it wasn't me, but either way. And now we've got McKinley Samuels coming on the field. He came on right as the snap. So game's not over. We've got to protect that football. And one thing I'll be watching for is to make sure there's no flags at the end of these plays.
Oh, yeah, because there's been a lot of yapping.
Well, that'd be the last thing anybody wants. If you're a North High Star fan, the clock's going to stop.
Right. I mean, and I'm not sure if any of these teams have postseason aspirations moving forward, and what happens to guys if, because we do have a guy that got ejected tonight, whether they're able to play next week.
North, if this holds, would move to 4-6 and 3-1. Both these teams obviously in the same league, the South Yosemite Mountain League. And if this holds, South would go to 4-6, 1-2. And they're trying to rip the ball out of the hands of Steven Martinez. Nothing doing.
Just a resilient job. Hey, coaches, great job as you head down. Love seeing the resilience and the way you guys keep fighting, man. Beautiful to watch.
So the scoreboard is incorrect. There are no more timeouts. They must not be able to get those lights off of there. It says 2, but it's not. And now you've got Coach Mills and his staff. They're sending out some players to get some time, and under a minute to go, and this thing's going to wind down.
Heartbreaker for seniors. Heartbreaking night for some of these seniors for South High, but a joyous occasion for some of the North High Stars. You got a rivalry game, and you come over and you do your job, and it looks like you're going to get out of here with a victory.
Also want to continue with our thank yous to our new voice in the Kern High Network family, Robert Chavez, your buddy up on the hill, took my place
Renegade
as the
Rob,
play-by-play man for the Renegades up on the Dameron deck. Robert, great to have you in the group here. Great job this year, and you've been a great addition to our team. Thank you.
Vance, nobody can take your place.
Hey, and on that note, during the BC Athletics Hall of Fame the other night, or a couple of weeks ago, I had the honor of sitting with the great Ralph Bailey. And he was like, "Man, you guys sound great on the air, but I miss you in Vance." Well, definitely said that.
Now, Ralph can be replaced.
Well, there's our one fan, Kenny.
I hope he's listening too.
He probably is. Ralph tunes in.
Tell Ralph thank you.
I had the joy of doing the BC broadcast versus Hancock out of his studio.
Oh, nice.
That was the first time.
All right, back to the action. Shotgun, surprisingly, interestingly, Hayner's going to go left with it. Wow.
And doesn't get it.
Doesn't get the first down. Now, there's not a time issue as much as the danger of, how about last night we saw with Statler? We're saying, okay, I think they'll go down at the end of the first half and take a knee. Boom, fumble, scoop and score. Workington tied 13-all.
Right, and then that situation there was 3 guys at the mesh point, too. So you got 28 seconds left.
It's a moot point now as the seconds will tick off. What a great way to wrap up our regular season, a 28-20 win. And our Kern High Network player of the game, unanimous choice, Mika Lincioni. Mika Lincioni, 3 touchdowns, 20 of the 18 of the 28 points, 6 per TD.
Man.
And we see the athletic director for South High School, Dante Baradori, and he has the rivalry trophy, and that will do it. It is a 28. Oh, there was a penalty. They stopped the clock for 1 second, and I think once they start it up, that'll do it. But, Kenny, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
You know, being that this was my first time seeing South High, I was very impressed with what they did with some of their skill position players and how they played early in the first half. However, they ran into a resilient, tough North High team. And, I mean, how about the play of the young man, Lincioni? Fantastic job.
This will be the last play, and the Battle of the Legends is won by North High School tonight. And they're going to keep it in a shotgun situation, and it'll be Wyatt Hayner just going to go down and take a knee, and that will do it. So the North-South rivalry is over, and the North High Stars got the bath, the ice bath, and boy, Kerry Mills and his Spartans did a really nice job as well. Kevin, thank you to everything you've done for us every year in the regular season. We hope to have some more playoff football for you. We'll let you know as the weeks go on. Kenny, I love you, brother. Great job tonight. Appreciate everything.
Thanks for the leadership.
Have a great, wonderful, safe, and sane Halloween weekend, and we hope to see you in the future as we experience